Hi, I'm Jeff, or MustermannFM if you will. I don't think I've ever formally introduced myself, so hello. I want to start by saying a massive thank you to everyone who has watched, shared, subscribed and supported so far. If I'm being honest, it's been a little overwhelming, in a good way, and I'm exceptionally grateful to all of you, not least for your patience as I try and work out how this whole YouTube thing works. Speaking of, I wanted to take this opportunity to outline my plans for the last few weeks of the FM23 cycle, the future of the Mustermann skin, and general plans for FM24. So, FM23. At time of recording, there are 5 weeks to go until FM24 is released. I have one more IAX video planned, the vaunted documentary which will focus on the story that unfolded during the course of the save. It might take a little while though. As has been the case so far in my brief YouTube career, there's definitely a mismatch between my ambition and my talent. Nonetheless, I'm keen to push myself in the hope of creating something a little special to mark the end of the cycle. I also regretfully have to report that, outside of YouTube, I have commitments. October sees a number of big work and education projects coming to a head, and as a result I'll not be able to focus as much time and energy on making videos. This is all to say that over the next few weeks you can expect fewer videos from me. Beyond the final IAX video, I would like to go through the announced FM24 features once they've all been revealed, but I also need to be realistic about my capacity, and so I cannot make any guarantees. Once work commitments are out the way and FM24 is released, that means I can go back to regular videos, right? Well, not quite. Once FM24 is out, work will begin in earnest on the Mustermann 24 skin. The foundations are already in place, with the MPGD version I've used in my videos essentially being a beta for FM24. That said, not everything can be done in advance and just ported over. Time will be needed to run data tests on the new match engine to then create the stat visualizations. New features mean a whole set of new pages to bring in line with the design system, and code will need to be reviewed for any changes to the old screens. With FM23, it took over 1,000 hours to get to a point I was happy with. I learnt a lot in that time, and so I don't expect it to take quite so long this time round, but I do expect it to take a couple of weeks at least. I will try, where possible, to release some videos looking into the behind the scenes process. This does bring me to the part of the update I'm not looking forward to. As with videos over the next few weeks, it's important for me to acknowledge my limitations and capacity. Maintaining 4 skins and creating content is not sustainable. At least it isn't if I want to keep any last semblance of sanity. As a result, I will not be releasing numeric versions of the Mustermann skin for FM24. I know that will be a disappointment to some, for which I can only apologise. I am encouraged, however, by the number of fantastic skins released this year. Whether it be stalwarts like TCS and Tato, or other newcomers like Electric Panther, Statman and Justskin, I believe we will continue to see great options for numeric skins in FM24. Which leads me nicely onto my next section. Something that is very important to me is highlighting the awesome work in the wider FM community. This is something I intend to continue doing, either picking out content relevant to the video or pushing other YouTube channels and blogs that I just personally enjoy. I would love to hear from you guys though, with your own recommendations for FM content you think deserve more attention. Let me know in the comments. Whilst you do that, here's a few channels I'd like to recommend that I haven't found a way to shoehorn into a previous video. First up, The Flying Scotsman. Come for the tactical clinics, where he takes a balanced look at downloadable tactics in a variety of settings. Stay for the beautiful lilting Scottish accent. Next, Coach Roan, a wonderful mix of tactics, theories and tips delivered in a concise manner. Some say he looks like Erik ten Hag. I say Erik ten Hag models his look on Coach Roan. Last for today, Delicious Tube, perhaps the anti-Roan. Delicious Tube's tactic recreation videos are long and thorough, and well, delicious. A really good reference point if you want to mimic a specific manager and understand the theory driving it. As always, links will be in the description. Thoroughly recommend checking them out if you haven't already. So finally, my plans for FM24. I started this channel very late in 23's cycle, and so focused on single season challenges to give me a chance to experiment with different ideas. It's been fun and something I plan to do in 24, but probably after the season has concluded so we can once again set about correcting the course of history. Before that, I want to explore something a little more long term. I am hesitant to call it a let's play, but for the most part it's probably an accurate description. This can be a challenge on YouTube as it alienates those who aren't along for the ride at the beginning, and so I'm hoping to approach this in two ways. For those who prefer short videos and to follow along game by game, I'll be doing exactly that. Less editing, more raw footage, covering match preparation than the match itself, almost formulaic. For those that prefer longer videos and the storytelling aspect, I'll be doing that too. At the end of each season, I'll take a little break to put together a more documentary style recap, similar to what I've done so far and the yet to be released Ajax video. Finally, I want to experiment with some longer form content this year, looking at broader topics such as Moneyball or tactical periodization and diving into their history and real world application before then exploring how we can use this in Football Manager. I would of course be keen to know your thoughts. Is this something you'd be interested in? Are there topics you'd be keen to know more about on a theoretical level? I've waffled for quite a while now, so in summary, the channel will be a little quieter over the next few weeks. I've got a lot planned for FM24, some things new, some things familiar. Mustermann skin will be released a couple of weeks after the game. And finally, a massive, heartfelt thank you for all of your support so far. You're awesome. Until next time.